Adults often tell me I have an attachment disorder, but is this what's really going on in my brain?
It is actually only one part of a 7-piece jigsaw puzzle called developmental trauma. If you put this puzzle together, you can understand how my adverse childhood experiences have shaped my emotional world and behaviour you see.
Once you have taken the time to understand this, you can help me using something called the neurosequential model of therapeutics. It's not as complicated as it sounds.
It repairs my brain in a special order, but everyone who's part of my world needs to work together to make sure that I have the best chance to heal. This means home, school, therapy, and even my doctor needs to work together as a team. If you get this right, my developmental trauma can be repaired.
You have probably heard of attachment styles. Most people working with children and young people have. It's the way children's brains have developed to survive dangerous situations. By behaving in a certain way, we believe that adults around us will keep us alive.
But now, Dr. Patricia Crittenden has proved that children are even more incredible at surviving than we first thought. She has shown that we don't always stay in one attachment style. We change and organise our behaviour to make sure we can survive in the moment we are in.
In fact, I am so incredible at changing my behaviour to survive my different environments, it can be hard for you to believe what's really going on inside of me. I can be very good at school but break down at home, or unable to cope with school but be great at home.
We are starting to realise that not all grown-ups know about the 7-piece jigsaw puzzle called developmental trauma. A child who has had early life traumas will show symptoms. Developmental trauma is a set of profound problems in all areas of my development. It's not just older children who can suffer from developmental trauma. Babies can experience it too, even if they are removed from their mother at birth and placed in a safe new home. Any child who has lived in an environment where their trusted adults have not consistently met their emotional or physical needs, and any child who has suffered separation and loss from their family can suffer developmental trauma.
A psychiatrist, Bessel van der Kolk, has taught us that the 7 jigsaw pieces of developmental trauma includes somatic sensory issues in my brainstem, attachment, emotional regulation and behavioural regulation issues in my limbic brain, self-esteem issues, dissociation and cognitive problems in my cortical brain. If you want to support me, then you need to consider every single one of these jigsaw pieces.
Because I suffered early adverse experiences, my brain is not working the way it should. As my brain grew, the toxic environment I was in stopped it from developing in the way it should, essentially giving me brain damage. But with your help, my brain can be repaired. However, it needs to be done in the right order, using the right tools, with everyone working together as a team for this to happen.
A psychiatrist called Bruce Perry has developed a neurosequential model of therapeutics that helps us treat kids' brains in the right order, because even if you are the best, most amazing therapist in the world, if you start in the wrong time and place, it won't work. Brain develops from the bottom up. First, the brainstem grows. This is where my motor and sensory input is found. Secondly, my limbic brain grows. This is where my attachment, emotions and behaviour are held. Third is my cortical brain. This is where I do my thinking, inhibiting and learning. The job of my primitive brain, the brainstem, is to keep me safe. It is the part of me that keeps me alive. This was extra important when I was in a dangerous environment. It sent me into fight, flight or freeze, whatever I needed to survive. The problem is my brain got stuck there, so now I am safe. I can't switch my primitive brain off. I'm always in survival mode. My everyday life still feels dangerous. Because I'm stuck here, not much can get past it up to the other areas of my brain. This means that I find it really hard to form deep relationships, manage my emotions and behaviour, think and learn and understand.
I am simply trying to stay alive. I am stuck in a survival loop. I am hyper alert to danger. I experience life as normal cues or danger cues. I go into fight, flight, freeze continuously. I cannot take in nurture or information to make sense of cue. So my brain has developed from the bottom up. The higher parts of my brain are not getting the right messages. Importantly, if I'm stuck in the primitive brain, I will not be able to learn, no matter how good my teacher is. A proper assessment can show us whether a child needs support to develop their brainstem, their limbic brain or their cortical brain. Different therapies are good for different parts of the brain. Not all children need to start at the bottom in the brainstem.
It is also important to stay flexible when treating developmental trauma. For example, a child could be well regulated and working on attachment in their limbic brain, but then they might have a big change happen in their life. They might move to secondary school or perhaps have a bereavement. This may trigger a brainstem response for a few weeks or months. This means they might need a different focus in therapy to help them get regulated again before they can start thinking and connecting in their limbic brain again. The ideal is that the child and the therapy moves with a little bit of fluidity between the different brain regions, but only does reflective stuff in the limbic and cortical brain if the child is safe and regulated. So what does this knowledge mean? How can the different grown-ups in my life work together to help repair my brain? 1. Everyone needs to understand developmental trauma.
2. Make sure every environment in my life is stable.
3. Make sure your most trusted adult is supported and nurtured. If home is not safe, nothing else will be effective.
4. Look after my trusted adult. Their brain is my safe place. If they are okay, over time it will calm my fear.
5. Start in my brainstem. I cannot process conversations until my primitive brain has been repaired. If you try, I will fail and you could make things worse as my brain is trying to do something it isn't capable of at the moment.
6. Normal parenting doesn't work. My parental care will need to parent me therapeutically and will need support doing this, so they can teach me how to regulate my world and I can learn to feel safe in that relationship.
7. If I'm stuck in my brainstem, the treatment needs to be patterned and repetitive. I need my fear response calmed and to reattune in my important relationship. This sensory work needs to be done first before I can process any type of therapy.
8. Retraining my brainstem will take time. I need consistent, predictable, patterned and very frequent brainstem activities before you can expect me to think, learn and reflect. Changing my whole brain will take persistence and time.
9. Each part of my world needs to be working on the same place. Brain repair bottom up. Home, school and therapy need to understand which part of the brain they are working on and doing it together.
10. Arrange my world according to my brain age, not my birth age. Responding to my developmental age will be more effective in the moment than assuming my chronological age is the way to approach me.
11. I'm unique. A proper trauma-informed psychological assessment will tell you where I'm stuck and the best place to start my treatment.
12. Help me as early as possible. If you can start working on my brainstem, the moment I am safe, it will help my brain repair faster and mean I don't have to grow up experience the pain of my brain injury.
13. Like you, I'm a complex being and I need every part of my world working together to help repair my brain. You must work together for any work that is being done to be effective. If you want me to meet the separate milestones in my different worlds, schools, homes and therapy, you must all be working using the same approach.
14. Be a safe, healthy, caring and consistent adult. We are all designed to exist together as close communities. I need you.
At Beacon House, I'm supported and surrounded by a team of people, all working from the same place. Home, school, therapy and my wider support network of family and friends.
Relationships heal relationship trauma.
Now you understand how a scientific approach to healing can make a real difference to me. What can you do differently to help?
How can you change my future?